What's up YouTube? My name's Eduardo and today I'm taking a look at the Transart BWM 08 Metal Spider Queen, which is weird because everywhere I look they call this thing Blackwidow. But anyways, I bought this on eBay for $97.99 with free shipping, so maybe like $108-ish after tax, probably. I don't know math. But that was a bad idea because this thing's available on Show's store right now for $79.99 and free shipping. So if you get it there. Unless I say it's bad, which I don't know. I don't usually say figures are bad, so. Alright, so this is from a third-party Beast Wars figure of Blackarachnia in her trans-metal form. Here it is, the back of the box. I think she was dead at this point, and then that alien artifact resurrected her as a trans-metal. Alright. Oh, right, one more thing. When they shipped it to me, these came separate out of the package, so that's a little odd, but they're also part of the figure. Hopefully I don't break this thing. Okay, now let's take it out of the box. Okay, so this is how she appears when you first take her out of the box. Those 8 purple spider legs, you're gonna have to attach those yourself, and I did that off camera because I had to heat them up. You had to heat up the joints and the area where you're gonna put the ball joints in too, because apparently they're notoriously easy to break, so be very careful when you're attaching her spider legs onto her. Maybe more on that later, but right now let's get to Blackarachnia. So here she is, all built up, and I wouldn't be surprised if people forgot this version of Blackarachnia even exists, because she's only in the last 5 episodes of Beast Wars, and one of those is at the very end. But I'm a big fan of this design, so I'm glad somebody finally made a high quality figure of her. And how did they do? Well, it's perfect. It looks like she just leapt off the screen, so visually, she gets a 10 out of 10. Alright, so let's get these measurements out of the way, and she is slightly under 6 inches, so I guess that makes her 1/12 scale, and I guess sideways wise, she's pretty, those legs make her kind of wide, but it's like 7 inches. Now let's do the size comparisons so you can see how she stands up next to the other guys. Here's a Marvel Legends Spider-Man, the Jax-specific Mario movie Mario, Figma Farah from Overwatch, the CDL-01RC, Starscream, and She-Hulk. Alright, so now I guess we'll go over the posability. And I think she's pretty good. She's got that arm there, and she's got this weird butterfly joint that like comes out completely because her arm is attached to her back. Also, you'll notice that the breastplate thing fell off. That's going to happen a lot. So she's got like this double bend in her arm, and that red thing there's got like, it's on a hinge, and her middle thumb can also move. No wrist articulation, so I mean she can twist her upper forearm, so that's how you're gonna have to twist her arm. Her upper torso is on a ball joint, but I think the range is a little limited, and it likes to pop off if you go a little too far. Now the legs they got pretty good range. She can lift them up ridiculously high and even rotate them a full 360 degrees. She also has a double jointed knee, so that's great news to hear. And her legs, they can lift forward and back pretty far, and she's got like a bend over there so you can give her a pivot. Alright, one of my favorite parts of transformable figures is that their legs always have this extra section here where they can bend. So that's for the transformation, but we can actually use that to get more articulation out of her legs, so you can cross her legs and make her sit all sassy like. Almost forgot to mention her head. It's on a ball joint and it gets decent movement so she can look up and down, but it's also like you can also turn it all the way back and forward because her head is supposed to move out of the way for the transformation, so there's that. And her shoulder pauldrons are on these ball joints, and the bra fell again. So that's it for the articulation. She poses great. You can put her in pretty much any pose you want. I tend to lean towards the more risque stuff, but I'm pretty sure that's what they wanted you to do. I mean, her leg can do the Bayonetta pose when she was fighting against the Joy. And saying that, I realized that I should have tried more Bayonetta poses. I only did the one for some reason, when she's got other cool ones. Damn. Oh well, next time. Alright, next let's move on to the accessories. There are no accessories. I'm kidding. There are a few things here that you may or may not consider accessories, so let's go over them. First thing you get is a stand, and it comes disassembled out of the box. You're gonna have to put it together, but it has this like metal hockey puck that goes on the bottom, and that thing's pretty heavy. It puts a lot of weight on it, so she won't tip over when she's on it. And you get two end pieces that hook onto either her robot form or the spider form. And these are a really secure connection. You put it by plugging it into like her backpack area, and when she's hooked on there, she's not gonna tip over, so that's a really good stand. If you don't have like a chair for her to sit on, you can just put her on the stand and put her in the sitting pose, and then she'll just be there sitting in midair, so good stand. Another thing you get is this spider head, which it has like movable mandibles and a mouthpiece. It's supposed to be her head when she's in spider form, but apparently you can also use it as a gun, but I forgot to do that because I thought it was kind of lame, so moving on. Alright, you also get a card with some stats on the back, and that is it, I think. Unless you want to count the her chest breastplate thing as an accessory. It is detachable. The only thing keeping it on is this magnet here. Some might say that this is going a bit too far, but I'm not one of them. I guess here's the figure without the chest piece. Something to note is that there's no sculpted on nipples. It's just the way the light hits it. It kind of looks like that sometimes. But anyways, that's it for the accessories. There's not a lot of them. Some might say there's 0 accessories, and that's a bummer because this thing costs like $80. I kind of wish that we got like alternate hands or swappable faceplates. And I understand that Blackarachnia doesn't have hands, but legally she's not even supposed to be Blackarachnia, so I wouldn't be too upset if she came with just hands, just to swap around. Alright, that is it for the accessories, so now let's move on to the alternate form, because this is a transformer, I think. Are they called Transformers in Beast Wars, or are they called Maximals? I guess they're all Cybertronian. Is Transformers what people on Earth called them when they got there? Oh well, whatever. So here is her spider form. Not too scary looking, it actually looks pretty cool. And you know why she's not scary? It's because they only gave her 2 prominent eyes. So I'm thankful for that, even though it is the spookiest time of the year. But anyways, let's measure her now. If you measure up to the top of her mandibles, she's a little bit under 5 inches. And if you want to include those hands, you'll probably add like an inch and a half. And sideways, She's huge, like 8 inches. Or I guess it depends on how you bend her legs. But anyways, let's do these size comparisons now. Here's Spider-Man. And here's Starscream in his jet mode. You know, something I find kind of interesting is how often these two characters meet up for some reason. Starscream shows up in Beast Wars, and then they meet again in that Netflix Transformers show. And then they're both in the Transformers animated, so I guess that's more of an impressive feat for Starscream though. So the spider form is pretty cool. I did a pretty crappy job in transforming her though. You can see how I can't get like her abdomen to close properly. But that's mostly because once I turn her back into robot form, that's the way she's gonna stay. I'm not really gonna display her in spider form after this. But it is cool. And I'm glad she can do it because the transformation only adds to her posability. No accessories though. Like a web thing, like a string, would have been nice to hang it upside down or something. But whatever. Also, her legs can't really keep her up. She's resting on her butt the whole time. Here's one last close-up of the spider form. See, it's got 2 eyes, not like 8. There's the back. Again, it looks very cool. There's the back that I transformed very poorly. That should be like perfectly closed. Like this way it won't even fit on the stand unless you close it perfectly. Alright, so let's go back to the robot mode. Alright, so we're back in robot mode. I have separated the spider back thing and closed her. This is what it's supposed to look like if you're able to fold her spider form. And let me just get the stand, and you can see that it has these tabs there. It's supposed to tab in, and then once you attach it to the stand, will probably keep it perfectly balanced so you can display the spider mode like this on the stand, which is pretty cool. Again, that's an awesome stand. So, Blackarachnia. I think she's a really good figure. She's like really high quality and she's pretty accurate to the show. Like in the show, I think she looks like a bit wider. Like if you took this one and maybe pulled the sides a little bit to make her just a tiny bit wider, that would be the show. But this one is like way better. Like they made her chest huge for some reason, which I think is good. You know me, I'm a degenerate. Where this figure falls a bit short is the price and the lack of accessories. Those are both kind of bad. Like she's $80 but comes with 0 accessories. So if this was like an SH figure art priced at $80 and came with nothing else, I'd be pretty upset. But she does transform though, so that's a point in her favor. SH figure arts don't transform. Also, her spider legs are apparently fragile. Like a lot of people break them, so that's bad. So be super careful and heat those things up before you plug them into her. But anyways, I think I'm going to give her a 3 out of 5 because of the price and 0 accessories. But I do really love this figure, and if you're a Blackarachnia fan, I recommend you buy it right now from the Shozy store because that's where it's the cheapest. Like I paid $100 for this thing and I'm still really happy with it. And I think that does it for me, so goodbye.